that's my new trailer. Wow, look at that.
entrance where the office is?
Yeah, go over to the office, and then I'll meet you up there, and we'll go get your paperwork, and then we'll pull your trailer around so you.
Okay. Wow, I love this stuff. Yeah, so first you gotta do the paperwork, right? And I remember last time I parked here because I saw the shipping office. I saw the somewhere here. It's the speed limit 5 miles per hour, and somewhere here was shipping. Yeah, shipping and receiving on the right. And that's where they have these flip axles and flip boxes. Oh, and I see a spreader, EQ1. That's not the one I need. I need for my trailer, for the 60 ton. Oh, it's probably this one. Is this my trailer? No, that only has one cylinder. The 60 ton comes with 3 cylinders in the neck. Alright, so we're gonna park here. I'm trying to remember where the office is, like where the entrance is. Oh, it's that separate building. Okay.
And that's my new trailer. Wow, look at that.
Well, there was a little issue with the lid on the compartment, you know, in the middle where you put chains. And so they hooked back to the trailer and they took it inside. They might need to just take off a little bit of metal there and repaint it. Just the one lid is a bit crooked, so I gave him my plates, and Tyler, the sales guy, went in to hook up, and these are my registration, there, my title. Just gonna put them in here. But the trailer, man, I love it. It looks so different, you know, even without. I was just telling the general manager. So I met a bunch of people. Met the general manager, met Tyler, met Brian, and Brian is the guy who he helped me load that flip axle when I got it last time when I was here. And I told him, hey, do you remember we were trying to unhook from the trailer and I couldn't do it? And he says, yeah. I said, you know what it was? It was the two handles on this truck. The fifth wheel has 2 locks. And to me, at that time, it was a brand new truck. I had no idea that you have to unlock both locks, and so I couldn't disconnect. And also because of the weighting, they gave me a little, what do you call it? Like a kit, press kit, right? So now we're gonna get rid of this, and we're getting this. Except this is a fixed, you cannot change the, I don't think you can change the Fontaine heavy haul. I got a new mug. You can never have enough coffee mugs. Perfect, brand new. I also got some stuff, you know, like hygiene stuff, I guess, antiseptic, some napkins. Not sure what it is. Some probably breath mints. And I got this. Everything is still in original packing. But this is some kind of a... Well, it doesn't work. Oh, that's what it is. Probably the battery is dead, but basically it's like extendable light. And I asked him about the oh, they didn't break. I asked him about the scale, and they said they do have scales in here, and so if I want, they can. I was asking them about the weight because Tyler gave me a bill of lading and it shows here the weight, and it looks like the flip axle. Each flip axle shows us 3850 pounds. Like I said, are they any different from a 55 ton? Because they look pretty much the same, but because it's a 60 ton, maybe they're rated higher, you know. And he says we can scale it, but I said I got my chains in the truck. I want to move them over there first, and then I'm gonna scale. So, and I'm going southwest towards Houston, so I know there's a bunch of truck stops in there. So, oh, they're bringing out my trailer over here. Cool. Go get ready. Oh boy, I'm still here. They fixed the lid, and we attached the plates. And then I was checking the annual inspection, and so there's 3 stickers, right? Because it's 3 separate vehicles: the trailer, flip 1, flip 2, and we have to update the annual inspection. So they're working on that. And then also I noticed that the serial plate on the trailer, you know, very important, serial plate. Because once you leave, you cannot change that. Even at the dealer, they don't have that machine. You know, they're not authorized to change the plate. Like if I leave and there's something wrong with the plate, the dealer would have to get in touch with the plant, and they will have to send that thing by mail. And now with Canada Post on strike in Canada, shame on you, trade union. Nobody knows when I would get those. But basically what I noticed is that the gross vehicle rating, which is normally the empty weight plus the capacity, is wrong, right? It only shows 105,000 pounds, and this is a 60-ton trailer, so it should be empty weight, let's say, is 25,470 plus 120, so it should be 145,470. That's the proper gross vehicle weight rating. But it was like 105, and it says 3 axles, whereas actually this trailer has only 2. So somebody made a mistake. Oh, and then the rating, so that's one number, and then the rating at the bottom says frame rating 80,016 feet. So it's a 60-ton trailer. How can a frame be rated for 80,016? First of all, it should be 120,000 pounds and 12. And I said, gentlemen, I really appreciate what you're doing, but I think I need a new serial plate. And they said, no problem. So, as I say, and I like that saying. I think sometimes I come up with some interesting sayings, even if I say so myself. Life how did I say? Life is a chain of problems, not a chain, but kind of like a gallery lineup of problems that you solve and then you die. But you gotta solve them, right? So life is one big problem. So you gotta be good at problem solving to achieve anything in this world. And I emailed the... Let me check. Are we recording? Oh yeah, because I didn't charge the batteries because I thought I'd be using my phone, and then I realized that I might as well use my GoPro, and they were low on juice. Yeah, this one is about to die, but we'll do a walk around once I hook up. But yeah, I emailed my agent, the broker, so everything is cool. That excavator is sitting there waiting for me near Houston. And I asked these guys, I said, did you know if you greased the trailer recently? They don't know. I said, what kind of, did you guys check the tires? They said yes. But they said, we know they checked the tires, they checked a couple of fittings, they changed a couple of fittings on the trailer again because it was sitting here for a couple of years. That's why I got a good deal on this trailer, because it's been, the manufacturing date shows as November 2015. So the model year is 2016. So it's a 2016 trailer, but it was made at the end of 2015 and it was sitting here since. But it looks good, you know, it looks good. So a couple of minor issues, no big deal. But that's how you can save a lot of money, you know. Like a new one like this, with a 2+2 capability, would be over 120 grand US. So I got a good deal, and I'm happy about that. And so the plan is just to go past Birmingham, probably shut down, because today was kind of like a stressful day. I went through some really bad traffic in Chattanooga. There was so many accidents. It was like tropical shower, like rain was so bad, and there was accidents all over the place. The traffic took me like probably, I don't know, an hour to get past Chattanooga, even though I got up at 6 o'clock. And I think now I just want to go to a truck stop. I need to move my chains and binders onto the trailer, and then when I fill up, like maximum fuel, I don't care how much it costs, the price per gallon, but I want to be full, both tanks, and then we're gonna scale when the chains are on the trailer, chains and binders, because now I had to bring them in the truck. And then we'll compare with this. This is the same truck with 55-ton Fontaine with 4 axles, because I need to know my empty weight. Because another thing I needed to do is, because Monday is a holiday, so probably DOT offices are going to be closed, I need to order at least the first permit, like for Texas. So otherwise I'll have to sit Monday after loading right at the shipper, you know, which is not good. And so yeah, so that's what I need to do. Right after I scale, I know my approximate weights on axles, and I know that excavator is about 80,000 pounds. So we'll just do an approximate permit for Texas, but then the rest I will order Tuesday once the DOT offices reopen, and when I gonna scale with the excavator. And yeah, for now I'm not gonna be worrying about the right weight gauge on the trailer. Forget it. I'm just gonna use, I still have it here, but I'm gonna use only for the truck. I'm gonna go and check if they have any gauges there, but probably not. All right, leaving the plant. I got the new serial plate. I got valid annual inspection, which is good enough to get me to Canada. And then we do Ontario inspection over there. Place at least one wheel on concrete pad to open gate. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Well, they're gonna see me sooner or later. And now I think I'm just going to a truck stop, and one guy says, actually it's he says better to go to Love's truck stop as opposed to Flying J. Just south of Birmingham, right? But for now we just need to get to I-59. I checked all the lights, everything works. They fixed that little lid, and I tied down the flip axle. And of course, one drawback with this kind of setup is that actually the last axle doesn't want to stay in the air. So basically that chain up does not work. Okay. But this is the trailer for heavy loads, because they use some shims, and they gave me a bunch of there's like 2 sets of shims, one for the trailer and one for the flip axle. Big hole in there in the ground. Wow, finally I hooked up to the trailer. I'm so tired bobtailing, you know, because imagine I did what, 900 miles from Iowa, no, maybe less, maybe 800, bobtailing back to Ontario, right? And then I did 800 or 900 again going this way, and finally I have a trailer. And what a trailer! Wow, I'm really happy. But it does seem very tall, you know, like especially when it's empty, of course, because the suspension is so stiff, because it's designed to handle you know, super heavy loads. I'm just a bit scared of the empty weight, because I see quite a weight on the drive axles, and they said the bill of lading said the trailer was 25,000. Oh, it's because I have all these chains in here. So the trailer was 25,000, and the flip axles for some reason were much heavier than what I hoped they would be. So anyway, so that's my concern for now, is get the weights and make sure there's no leaks
you know, like air leaks. Because when the trailer sits this long, there can be some issues, usually with airlines. And I see I'm losing air, but nothing too bad. But I gotta figure out, maybe it's that blue hose that I disconnected, you know, from the right way. I gotta check if it's leaking air or not. But I didn't hear anything in the back. But you know, what do you expect? That's what I knew, that it was a bit risky getting a 3-year-old trailer. Well, we're gonna figure it out. And the guys, so the guys replaced the serial plate, and also while I was waiting, they said, you know, let us grease the trailer for you, because they couldn't remember last time it was greased. And so the guy came out with a portable grease gun, and they greased the gooseneck. I don't know if they did anything on in the wheel area, but at least the front is all greased. All right, this is I-59. Turn left over here.
Turn left onto the I-59 South Ring, then merge onto I-59 South.
It's official. I am moving in. Thank you, Rodney. Alright, boys and girls, you ready for a quick walk around? So first off, sorry, I don't have a flip box, so I moved the fifth wheel. You know, I don't want to get any closer than that, and so you see, that's why you need that extension. So I'm pretty much in the center. I ran like that on my Mac, it was fine, but here I have a longer wheelbase and I really want to move the way to the front, but I can't. But this is a massive trailer. Everything is bigger. Like, these are much bigger than a 55, so they definitely use a different neck. And of course you can see, so let's just enjoy that moment. 60 ton. Okay, and now I have ramps and they swivel over here, and the same stuff here, you know, same. What do you have? You see different rating now. 60 ton and 12 with single spreader, 16 12 with tandem booster, that's pretty good, and 16 12 with a quad, 16 12 with a tridem, 16 12 with a tandem. It's a really strong trailer, and they redid the thing, so now it shows 130,000 with 2 axles and the rating 120,000 in 12 feet. Perfect. All right, I gotta do something about that hose, because I moved the fifth wheel forward. You see it a little bit too low. We'll take care of that in a moment. So we got all bent D-rings, right? And even some of the guys I was talking to about the new trailer, they still do that stuff where the top of the D-ring is not above the deck. That's how it should be. That's how Fontaine does it. So when I put a chain in here, hopefully it's not gonna touch the deck. That's how it should be. So the trailer is much taller here than a 55 ton. And as you can see, of course, it's level deck. And one big difference from a 55 ton, it has 3 cylinders now instead of 2. Like on the 55, you have this one, and this one you don't have this one. But the setup here was the same. There was a hole in here, right? And there's 1 cylinder in there. And I asked the guy at the plant right away, I said, can you please get rid of that bolt in there? If you remember, I had the trouble with it. And so they removed that stopper bolt, because that just gets scratched and deformed. So we got 2 lockers, and one cool thing here, I think it was optional. Whoever bought this trailer, I'm pretty sure they spec this. You see, normally that's not standard, so that's pretty cool. So I got these 2 over here, and okay, I got this one over here in the middle. See? That's very nice. And we got here, and then as you can see, these are recessed. For some reason the distance is different. I guess one guy started on this, and then he went home Friday night, and then Monday morning he came back, probably with feeling a bit sick, and he did this. So I don't know. Okay, just kidding, guys, just kidding. Probably there is a reason for that. But basically, I think they reinforced. Oh, maybe, hold on, that's why. They use this, that's the regular spacing. And then over here, they could not do that because this is a modular trailer. As you can see, there's shims. And still we have another D-ring in here. That's gonna come in very handy for securing booms on excavators. Love this stuff. I still have to, that's one thing I'll have to learn with this trailer, is how to use these shims. Now these ones is a bit of a disappointment because they take away from the usable deck, and they told me at the plant that most guys just remove them. And I thought they would be flipping, but no. See, there's 2 bolts in here, and you just remove them, and then this whole thing just take it away, you know, because just it's a waste. Now everything is massive, even more massive than before with the 55 ton, if that's possible. There's, you see, another thing over here. I did not have that on the 55 ton. I'm wondering about the shocks, since the trailer has been sitting for for 3 years. And also now I lost one D-ring. See, before I had 2 of these, like these panels, and there was 2 D-rings, right? So now, because that's a flip axle, I don't have it. And for some reason here they went like this, with a design like this, which actually can be handy for a big wheel when you're loading like a grader or something. Now, one weird thing why I had that overinflation, I called the plant and I complained that it was too much pressure going in the main bags, and it was, the problem was this. See, now once I put it like that, that overinflating disappeared. So basically I gotta learn, because this system, like air system, is much more complicated than before, because you see I have this one, I have this switch, I have this switch, and this axle has its own right height control, but there's no lever. So I think I'm gonna look at the diagram, but I think this one, you see now it's hooked up to the tank, right? So this one stops the air from the tank, and I think what it does, once it's like this right height control just imitates the main one. And the main one is over there. Okay, and we have a bunch of valves. Now this thing over here, I'm not too impressed, because this is a flip axle, right? So it has its own little piece of metal with a rubber. So you see, this is part of this, right? And because it's so tall, now this flip axle cannot rest completely over here, so it's just sitting on that. And I think that's a lot of weight, but well, not more than normal, I don't think. And I got the pins. So I got 2 pins that hook up in here, right? Once this is flipped, you put in pins in there, and they're bigger. Everything is bigger. The pins are longer, because I'm telling you, like, I was really impressed with this trailer. See, so just 1 D-ring, and look at this. Look at the look at the thickness of this thing. This is definitely much thicker than a 55 ton. Much more metal. And speaking about metal and possibly weight, and that's why I was rushing before it gets dark to hide away all the chains and binders. So now we should be good. 60 ton, yes sir. But this is also massive. This is much bigger than a 55. Like, if you look in here, like this whole neck, it's you know, it's very good engineering. Very good job, Fontaine. And I asked him about the big neck, why they don't make it anymore, and they said now they just prefer this, because this way it's easier to meet the demands of customers, because they say that before sometimes people would get a roll neck, like let's say they don't need 110 and Fontaine would make 110, and so now it's just easier for them. They make all trailers 101 swing radius, 101 inch, and then if somebody needs it longer, with this trailer you can get 36 inch or 83 flip box, like neck extension, which hooks up in here. Before I forget, I just remove this. Also, this trailer has the main neck has two kingpin positions, right? On my 55 ton, I only had one position. So here, I'm not quite sure what's the point it would be to go there, you know, because that's too short. Oh, and I think that's where they put the Honda. You see these little brackets over here? Like if you want to run Honda Power, and that's where that bolt was. So I removed that bolt. I asked the guy, I said, please, pretty please, remove that bolt. And the guy tried to do it with with the wrench. No way. I said, no, you cannot do it with the wrench. But he didn't listen. He tried, and he had to go and grab a power, you know, power tool. Yeah, these ones, I like these ones. I think this one will come in very handy for make loading easier. And they come with this little chain so they don't lose them on the road. So, very excited, very excited. And so now we have, I just filled up. So I have full tanks of fuel. I got full tank of DEF. And chains and binders are there. And let's go and scale, because honestly I'm a bit scared. I did feel it was a bit heavy when I was pulling, and the scale is right there. Just have to go around and go on the scale. But there's a new Loves just south of what, Birmingham, and this being Friday, it's not too busy. Fuel was $3.19 credit, $3.14 cash. Some of these scales, they have a light, right? You have to wait, but this one has nothing. First way.
Tractor number?
305.
All right, I have your way.
Thank you. The girl doesn't sound too excited. But Where's my weight? Well, welcome to my office. Let's just check that we don't have any aliens in here. And I got my ticket. Okay, and as I was looking at the old scale tickets, I found this one. Check this out. This was my Mac, because I see truck is 216, right? 216 and trailer 216B. So this was my Mac. I'm pretty sure with Fontaine, because you see Huntsville, Alabama, this was right after I picked up Fontaine. But so the truck was shorter, it had a smaller engine, and this is with 7 axles. Yeah, because I didn't have the flip until much later. So you see, Mac with a 55 ton was pretty much 46,000 pounds. And I remember when I added the flip, the weight became 49,000. All right. Then we go to my truck, when I basically the same 55 ton like that over there, but now we have a Kenworth with a much bigger engine, double frame, big front axle. So the weight went from 49, and this is with 4 axles, from 49 to 52.7. So pretty much almost 4,000 pounds, right? And now, ladies and gentlemen, the new setup, the 60 ton. Oh boy, check out the weight, 58.6 versus 52.7. Jeez. Wow. So basically over here, I was always saying that I'm 53,000 pounds empty. Now I'm 59,000 pounds empty. And that's without the flip box, which will be another 1,000 pounds. And so we have pretty much the front is 500 pounds heavier, but the drives is by 1,000 pounds heavier, and the trailer is 21.6, whereas before it was 7. You see, the trailer is much heavier. You can see, but that's what it is. This is the last thing I wanted to show you guys. So basically, compared to the previous setup, 55 ton with 4 axles, my weight increased by what, 6? Yeah, pretty much 52.8 to 58.6, pretty much 6,000 pounds. 6,000 pounds, or 3 tons, and that's the cost of hauling heavy. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for Monday. We're gonna load Cat 336, 80,000 pounds, and take it back to Canada.